Did you know that for many hospitals, claims reimbursement is never enough? Hospitals and doctors go about it the wrong way. By the end of this video, you will discover the reasons why hospital Philhealth reimbursement, even in huge amount, will never be enough. You will discover that there are questionable behaviors in some hospitals that are being tolerated even if it depletes their funds. My friends, let us begin. After spending almost 15 years in Philhealth, I have noticed doubtful behavioral patterns in some hospitals. As a former Philhealth claims chief, part of my task was to make sure hospital reimbursements must be accurate and on time. These are based on my experiences. After updating the payment of one private hospital with 2 million or even 5 million pesos, the finance or hospital administrator of the same hospital will ask for another 5 million pesos after a week. So take note, everything is updated. Now, this is common in a handful of hospitals. The same thing with government or public hospitals. We updated the payment, no delay or no missed payment, claims are accounted for, but after paying 8 million pesos, the hospital chief or the finance staff of the same hospital will ask for another 8 million pesos the following week. Now, I am confused on why this occurs. I cannot help but wonder. So I went out to 23 hospitals and did some research. Now, these were infirmaries, level 1, level 2, and level 3. Now, I discovered that each hospital has its own unique problems. However, they also share common problems. So the three reasons why reimbursement is never enough are the following. 20% of claims are returned and denied. So in Western countries, the accepted claims denial rate is 5%. Ideally, the target is less than 5%. For returned or rejected claim, the accepted rate is 10%. A denial rate of more than 5% means the hospital is not financially healthy. A returned claim of more than 10% means the hospital is not financially healthy also. Friends, 20% denial rate and return to hospital claims is very high. So why does a hospital have a high denial rate and a high RTH claims rate? So this can be Philhealth induced or it can be hospital induced. Unfortunately, if the RTH or the denied claims are due to Philhealth error, it is beyond your control. Okay? They will apologize and they will basically reprocess the claim. As for hospital side, there are hundreds of reasons for this. But the lack of knowledge or the lack of awareness on Philhealth rules and concepts tops the list. Hospitals depend on Philhealth for revenue. Ironically, hospital, clinical, and non-clinical staff simply are ignorant on Philhealth rules. Many assume they know the rules, but many are based on false assumption. So the call to action is decrease your claims denied and decrease your claims RTH by increasing the awareness on Philhealth rules and concepts. Join trainings, join webinars. Okay, we have a free content on our YouTube channel on this. Next, pilferages are a norm. Pilferage is the loss or theft of small quantities of goods or low-value goods. Pilferages often connotes small theft performed repeatedly over a long period of time. This can be an employee stealing small amount of office or hospital supplies, medicines, reagents, or even food products. This includes fraud inventory, theft of services, creation of fraudulent financial documents, misappropriation of assets, theft of funds, or even loss of funds. Then there is theft of time. Now, why does this happen? This occurs because there is lack of monitoring or the absence of internal controls in some hospitals. Many healthcare providers do not perform internal audit. Another major factor is the lack of security and the absence of punishment, in the hospital. I have seen hospitals and I have seen doctors tolerate pilferages as if it's normal. Pilferage that are tolerated by hospital management drain hospital funds in so many ways. Now, the call to action is, of course, stop draining hospital funds. Create policies, create rules on pilferages, or perform internal audit. Perform regular monitoring in hospital operations. Implement it with corresponding punishments. The third is all about disorganization. One of the biggest challenges I see with some hospitals revolves around a disorganized organization. Now, many of these challenges may range from infighting among board members, miscommunication, leadership issues, again, and some on poor monitoring. The most common of all is not having processes in place to get things done efficiently, repeatedly, and consistently. These types of issues lead to other problems in hospital operation. It affects inventory, purchasing, delivery of clinical services, it affects accounting, and it creates problems as simple as customer care is affected. So the bottom line here is an organized organization will hurt the business, create missed opportunities, and delay growth. Friends, it affects doctors, nurses, patients, and all stakeholders. An organized organization will always have poor claims reimbursement. To be specific, information in the claim forms will be incorrect, it will be inconsistent, and it's going to be incomplete. Doctors will have no standards, financial information will be inaccurate. Clients will not be defined, services are not defined. Patient satisfaction is always poor. Thus, claims are either returned, they are denied, or they even go to legal. Now, what is the call to action? So, hospital leaders must first accept that this organization exists, promote and invest organizational efficiency and organizational effectiveness. If it cannot be fixed from inside the organization, seek external help from experts if necessary. Now, if these three common reasons are present in any hospital, there is a great possibility that financial bleeding is a common occurrence. If neglected, it will drain all the savings of the hospital, if there is any. So even if Philhealth will pay 5 million or pay 10 million pesos this week, it will not be enough to sustain the operation of any hospital that has continuously bleeding money for several years. The question now, is your hospital bleeding money? The next video is about 3 reasons why nobody is on top of claims processing. My friends, this is Coach Doc Ben. See you in the next session.